We have some exciting news. We've got CRMX has the new events feature. What does that mean? You can create an event that to sell actual tickets, like physical events, like a boot camp or a large conference or anything in between. And you can use this for virtual events as well. You can use them for paid events, like where they buy a ticket and where it delivers a digital ticket with a QR code that's unique to that customer, where they have to check in with it at a front desk at a conference or so forth. And then, or you can do this with a online event where they just buy the ticket and they can, as long as they log in with their username that they purchase with or their email that they purchase with, they can join the event and join you live. So pretty cool. This is a huge upgrade. It is, if you've used anything like, if you're running events and you've used anything like TicketSpice or anything like that, this replaces that. You don't need it anymore. Okay. And so what's awesome too is this is currently in CRMX account is free. It comes with your current subscription. It's in beta. You can locate it right here. You should see this. If you don't, just contact our team and let us know. But otherwise, you can go ahead and create your first event. This is my first time creating an event, so bear with me. I'm going to see how this works. Here we go. Oh, one warning, beta. That means it's still in beta. That's testing. It's working, but you're testing. You are seeing there might be some kinks in it as you build it, or if you look for a feature that seems to be maybe, let's call it obvious to you, that should be a feature. It may not be that far yet, but we have the minimum viable product, the MVP product, that is really good. And you should be able to run your events, large and small, on this thing. Would I go run, this is a brand new release. It's only been out like a couple weeks. Would I go run an event right now with thousands of people? Probably not. I would be cautious of that. Would I go run an event with a few hundred people or so? Yeah, it's not a big deal. I don't know if the number of people matter too much. I'm just saying I would test this first, and go about it in a way that you can first create a fake event, make sure it's what you want, right? And it has all the features that you like, and then launch. Okay. All right. There's your warning until it gets out of beta, which should be, it'll be in there about a month or so is my guess. All right, here we go. Let's create an event. So I'm going to do an RSVP, just like online event. And I'm going to create one for a thing we call our Fortune Builders Boot Camp. Okay. Or excuse me, workshop, I think is what I'm going to call it. Fortune Builders Workshop. You can upload an image here. I don't have one right now, so I'll get to that in a second. You can just use AI to build this if you'd like, your favorite AI tool, that is. Cool workshop, amazing workshop, right? You're going to add this. You're showing a preview because most people are going to be on mobile. If your desktop, is going to show kind of what it looks like there. And it's just giving you a preview of what you're changing, really, is what you want to use this. So about, and then cool workshop is showing up there. Location's not set yet. That's because we're going to get there. Okay. So now we've got date and time. Let's run this on Wednesday, 8th. Let's run this at 5 or 6 p.m. End date is the same time or same date, but we're going to do, it's going to end, it's just like a 90-minute online workshop. Okay. Let's do right there. Boom. Okay. So 90-minute workshop. Do I have all that right? Yes. Yes. I'm on Central Time. So it's seeing that display. Yes. Continue. And let's do a location. So if it's in person, you click here. Online, you click here. Mine's online. So I'm going to say cool workshop join link. This could be a Zoom link. This could be your webinar link, whatever it is, right? And so I'll put a link here. It's not going to be a real link, but I'll just put our website, Fortunes Freedom. But that's pretending what you would put here is the actual join link, right? To join once they purchase. This is hidden, it says, until the event starts. The details you add here will appear on the online attendee page, visible only to registered attendees. Got it? And you're saying for those registered attendees, you want it to be visible, you want it to be hidden until the event starts, or a custom schedule, which is cool. I'm going to do a custom schedule in this case. I'm going to say show I'm going to do hours, and I'm going to say like, I'll do 6 hours before the event. And that way, or like 3 hours before the event, show 3 hours per event when the session appears and disappears. Hide never after the event. Okay, that's cool. So anyways, I think that's how it works. Again, I'm just trying this. Let's see, joining instructions, click the link to join 3 hours before the event. I know these are bad instructions, but maybe I'll say the link to join will show up, right? 3 hours before the event. None of this really matters. I'm being picky. Preview the online attendee thing. Okay, what does that look like? All right, great. So Fortune Builders Workshop. There's my description. It's a virtual event online. The link will show. Joined will show up 3 hours before the event. Starts in 5 days, 4 minutes. It has a countdown. That's cool. It has a little countdown built in. I don't have to tell it to do that. And then this is where. So let's see. What am I looking at here? I am looking at. Where did it go? There we are. I am looking at the preview online attendee page. Okay, so that's just for attendees. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't the registration page. So that's after you've registered. The link hasn't shown up. Okay, great. Let's go here. Now you got the organizer information and who's hosting. So this would be, if it's me, I put my picture here, my business here, right? Or my name or whatever. So I'm going to say this in this case, and then you put your email here. I'll just say my name here. The website, I mean, it's the same one I already put, because in this case, Fortune's Freedom. It's just asking for the basic website stuff, and then some kind of phone number. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to create the event. Let's see what we got. Cool. Created my first event. Finish setting up your event. There's still some steps here. It looks like I need to review the form, review notifications. Okay, so you can keep registrants informed and stay. Okay, that's nice. That's built in. In other words, you don't have to, I'm guessing you don't have to build a workflow over here although you could, under automations. You don't have to go build an automation for that under your workflows. You can just have this one built in, kind of like our calendars. If you've ever used our calendars, it has built-in notifications right there, so you don't have to do it in the automations. All right, review your public pages and then publish your event. All right, cool. Let's just take the steps. I just want to follow what it asked me to do. So review the form, put your details, and you could say something else right here instead of your details. I can add fields. Okay, nice. So I can add more fields here. I can create custom fields on the fly right there. I can change the button. I'm just going to leave it there. The time zone, show time zone field, let visitors review or change the time zone used for the event times. Yeah, that would be nice, so they can switch it and make sure they know. And then terms and conditions I can add here, which is a good idea for almost everybody. Terms and conditions, especially if you have like a non-refund policy, you're reminding them of this here, even though they probably they're seeing it like when they register. You just want to remind them of here. So let's see what else. I think I'm good. Schedule. Hosted by frequently asked questions. Nice. Okay, so I can add. It really lets me allows me to build this out. You can even add speakers, or call them something else, hosts or whatever, and then I can really go through all this registration settings. Okay, let me go back. I'm going to hit review one more time. I lost my place. I want to make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, good. So yeah, that's good. I like this. I can see everything that I want for now, right? Let's do review the public pages. I can add a speaker. I'm going to just put me. Set as a keynote. Hell yeah. Cool guy. Kinda, right? So then I would put my image there, and you could add a bunch of speakers. So this is where, especially when it comes in handy when you have multiple speakers, they can kind of see who's there, and they have their small profile right here. You have an image of them. That's useful for people to understand who's speaking or who's training or whatever. In this case, it's just me running a workshop, right? Okay, let's go back here. I'm just going to keep going one at a time. Publish events. Okay, done. And I can view all my registrants here. I can go to a public page here, details. Again, I can go back to details so this is where you would go, it looks like, to go to edit the thing on the public. So if I go overview, it doesn't like, I think I can edit the details of the time and stuff here. But then if I want to edit the schedule, that's here. Oop. It defaulted back to speakers, but this little tab here. Oh, okay. Add sessions to create an agenda for your event. I like that. That's cool. So you can add a full-on schedule, part 1. I like that it's already assuming the date, so I don't have to go do that. And then I can say 6 p.m. to 6:30 is, cool, part 1. Cool. And it's Brent. And then, or you can add a speaker on the fly, which is nice. So I'm going to add that. Let's do another one just to see this. Part 2 is where I do this. You guys, I hope you're following along. Like, get me. I'm just making this up, right? So it wouldn't say part 1, part 2 necessarily. It would be like this part of the event. I'm creating an agenda, right? So in this case, I've already gotten to 6:30. So let's go to 7:30. And then let's go to, oh, excuse me. What was the first one I did? 6:30 to 7? Okay, so maybe I'll just do 7 to 7:30. Let's just do that. Okay. So part 2 stage. Cool stuff here. Same person, add schedule. All right. So there's that. Let's view the schedule page and see what that looks like. All right, this is how it shows up. So here's the page. This is my banner I would have here. It has my host. I could have an image here. It's really simple. It's really nice. This looks a lot like something like TicketSpice. And by the way, you can embed this page on any of your public, like any of your funnel pages. So you can go build a pretty page, and then embed this in there where they go to register and send the pretty page link, like, BrentAttaway.com/bootcamp register. And they would go to that page and then see this embedded on there, see the details, and go ahead and register. Or it's like a sales page first, right, on the bootcamp, and the sales page would then say register now, and then when they click the button register now, the sales page did a good job at selling the event. This is just to register for the event and all the details. Got it? Okay, so that's nice. I like that. Let's go back here, and let's do one more thing here. Public pages. I like this. Schedule configuration. Show thumbnails in each session. Group sessions by day. Okay, that's cool. Make schedule days collapse. All right, got it. So like, see this, if it's a multi-day event, like I can just go like this little collapse thing. That's cool. That's nice. Collapse schedule days by default, so I can have it collapsed. I'm going to leave mine open. That's cool that they've already thought of these features in beta. Frequently asked questions. Let's just see what that looks like. Why goes here. Got it. Let's add a question. Who goes here, right? Let's add one more. And what goes here. All right, so boom, there's that. So that's what it looks like here. And then they can click here and it has the frequently asked questions. So you really can just make this a super basic, what should I say, a non-salesy sales page. So if you didn't even want to go through the trouble of building a nice fancy sales page, which you can easily do in our AI Studio builder, but if you didn't want to do that, you could literally just send this link to people and say, go register for my workshop. And they can see and get the basics, frequently asked questions. You could really put a short sales about this event message could be in there. And they can see, okay, that answers all my questions. I know what this is. I would love to attend. And they can register right here without, having a sales page. So it can be pretty simple. And it's built to be mobile first. I know we did that because most people are registering for this. Okay. And then you have, I like this, free and then RSVP. That's awesome that it sticks like this. That's so nice because it feels like a true event thing. So if I click RSVP, I would go in. Okay, great. Schedule. What's this? Let's make this different. I'm going to go with my colors. Let's go with dark mode. That looks cool. Compact, comfortable, density. What is that? Oh, I gotcha. Spacious. So it's more going to be like basically larger text. Compact is going to be like stuff more in, smaller text, just like really compact. But I'm going to go with spacious. Maybe it's because I'm old. I can't see shit. All right. And then you got corners, sharp, soft, and rounded. That looks like not just buttons, but I'm guessing any other thing that uses cards of sort. Like see right here. Let's see if that happens. Yeah, see that's compact, or not compact, dang it, sharp. Yeah, I'm going to go with rounded. I like the rounded. And then I got my page template. Let's see what we got here. Classic, modern, and bold. What's bold look like? Okay, it's just a different feel. Bold, classic, modern. All right, so there's a little more control here. I kind of like this one. Let's just go with that for now. Modern, I can see because you get to control this banner and you can just design one. That's cool. And then it has so that way the event info is here compared to most of that event info is up here and it's just controlling it like this. So anyways, I'm gonna do this for fun. And then I can even control, I have some basic control over the fonts. I'm gonna leave that here for now. I don't know. Let's change one just for kicks and giggles. See what it looks like. Oh, okay, these are presets. So font pairings that look good. I like that. So let's do soft tech. I don't even know what that means, but let's go for it. Great, save changes. And then what else did I miss? Anything else? All right, schedule. I have that. I'm good with there. Schedule configuration, we already did. Frequently asked questions, checkout. Let's look at this. Oh, we did look at this. So this is the fields where we can add more fields. Let's say I want to gather company right here. And you could like make it required or not. And you can say, you can override it. So it's just company name. Enter your company name. Done. So now that's what it looks like over here. That looks nice. I like that. You could do any other, you could ask them a question like, what's your biggest challenge, or what's the, whatever it is. Like, it depends on your event, right? Event time, confirm. I want to confirm to receive content from this company. Cool. So terms and conditions, they're agreeing to. I think we're good here. I don't think I have anything else I wanted to do. And then looks like registrations. You can see them all here, which is kind of cool because I know they're going to show up in our contact records. I already know that. But you can just come here to the events and look at the registrations and see that they've registered for this event. That's nice. So it's kind of like it's built-in smart list. If you've learned about contacts and smart lists, you can create those. Well, here it's like a built-in smart list. All right, so settings, this is everything that we controlled before, but there's more. So now I'm going to say, yeah, I don't want any more on this boot camp than 50 people to attend, which is kind of cool. You can one registrant per contact. Yeah. So this is where I think this is helpful. At least the first thing I can think of is one registrant per contact is going to be useful when you are running a live event that I can think of right now. And you're like, hey, I only want one person to purchase a ticket. I don't want one person to be able to purchase 10 tickets. Or you're like, no, I'm the owner. I have 10 people. I'm buying tickets to go to this conference. I want to buy, we want to allow that one owner or one person with a credit card for that team to purchase 10 tickets. That's when you would toggle this off, right? Like you want them. Now, if you're like, no, I don't want that, then you do one registrant. So in my case, I just want one registrant per contact. I don't want them to be able to get multiple tickets, okay? Let's see. Show times and visitors. Yes. Great. Notifications. We didn't look at this yet. New registration. This is default already on, it looks like. And let's see what we can do when it comes to, yeah, so we can customize the subject line. This is the basic stuff here. So put all the, this would say Brent registered for the Fortune Builders Workshop at this time and date, and then the online event is the event location link will show up here. It's probably not going to in our case. It's probably going to say will show up something. I wonder what it looks like when I told it not to show up, but 3 hours or whatever I said before. Okay, link to the description. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Oh, right here, view event. So this is the preview of the email. Got it. So link to the description, view event, add to my Google Calendar. That's nice. Link to create the calendar. What's that? Okay, got it. So you don't have to include this or not. Got it. I like it. That's fine. Let's look at that's. I'm on email right there. So now I'm switching to SMS and I can enable that. That assumes you have your SMS hooked up and turned on. Most people do in CRMX, but not everyone wants to be able to use the SMS out of here. But here it is. It'll come from your phone number. And this is what it'll look like on a preview. So you can edit this however you want. And then WhatsApp. That's cool. So if you have WhatsApp, and that's a big thing wherever you're sending stuff, that's usually international. In the US, we don't use WhatsApp for this type of stuff. We usually just use text. But hey, it's available. And that is it there. Okay, great. Now link and sharing. So this is the slug. It's going to use this one here. And it looks like this is required. And then it uses this right here is what you get to choose. So Fortune Builders. Oh my gosh. Workshop. All right. Great. Awesome. And then I can upload. Oh yeah, so this is like the social app, like when you share a link on social media or a text message, it has like a preview. If that link allows, that device allows a preview, it'll like preview the event. So you could do that like a cool image here. It tells you the size and so forth. You can have like ChatGPT or whatever create that event or image for you real quick. And I think that's everything so far. I think I went through everything. There might be some other things, but so far I have created myself an event that's pretty badass that I can do it that fast. And I didn't have to like tell it any of this. I didn't have to say, put the hosted thing right here, put the title at the top. Now, if you're picky like me, I get it that you might want that. But right now, this is good enough. This is plenty for you to embed. And you have tons of control over all this, right? Meaning like you don't have to use the schedule. You don't have to put speakers on here. You don't have to, let's see, frequently asked questions you can turn off. I think it just requires location, hosted by, and about this event. Those are the basics, and then the title up here. But then they click RSVP. That's nice. That modal that pops up here. I can enter all my details, and see it's requiring the company name, and then I can confirm. So let's just look at what this is like. Holy cow. Let's see if I can type too. Brent Attaway. Let's go with that email, and then let's just say Brent Attaway. I'm registering. I confirm. Got it. See what this feels like for a user. All right, cool. Registration, it had a little, I don't know if you saw that, it did it really quick, but this looks nice. This is cool. I didn't have to create this either. It has a little ticket. Go to online attendee page, add to calendar. I can share this. That's cool. You know, it would be a good feature is like when I go to share this, it would say share that I've registered for this event and show, attend with me. That would be kind of cool, So anyways, I'm going to add it to my calendar. Let's see how that does. Yeah, so it pops this up, adds it to my calendar. Yeah, nice. And I'm guessing the location would show up here too if I actually put the location on here. I'm sure how that works. Let's see. Yeah, online event. So it's going to be sent to me early. Okay, so this is just, in this case, because I don't have the location, like if this was a local event or I actually said, yes, send the link now, then it would put it in here is my guess for the link. I know it'll send the location event, like if this is a physical event at a physical building, it'll put it right here. Otherwise, we're just going to send them the link before the workshop. All right, that's great. Let's change back here. I think that's it, y'all. 25 minutes. I know that was a little bit, but hey, you should now be able to walk through this. This was my first time going through this, and it wasn't too bad. Meaning like in 25 minutes, me talking and guiding you through. Mind you, I did not put a lot of it in the description. So I would say less than an hour, I could easily create a legitimate event and track all my registrations and be able to do an online or in-person event and have a full tracking capability of the whole thing. So that's not bad. See right here, I have the registration succeeded. Let's see what this does. View details or resend. Oh, okay. Resend confirmation. If something's gone wrong or they're saying, hey, I don't have it, can you resend it to me? Boom, you can send it. That's cool. Hope you enjoyed. Go create your first event and do a test first and tell us, give us some feedback. Chat with us on the instant chat or just email us support@gocrmx.com. And as you're coming in here and you're creating your events, let's see how you do. Let's see your events. I'd love to see them.